Hey, what's going on, guys? Today's video we are going to be cutting our hair like David Beckham, and specifically like his hairstyle was when he was on the Graham Norton Show. Let's take a look at that picture real quickly here. And just a beautiful, number one, it's styled fantastically. But let's go ahead and look at that. Let's go ahead and look around his ears and notice how it fades from really short into a probably maybe a 3 or 4, and then it gets really nice. We're talking about 4 to 5 inches up and over, peaks up, and it goes right up on here. Now, number one, it's tall, so you have to style it the right direction. Mine is pretty long. His is pretty long as well, but he just flips it up real nicely, almost like a little beehive cocoon up there, you know what I'm saying? Not to mention that pretty wicked sick beard he has going on as well. Now, number one, look what we have right here. We have some curly cues running right here. These curly cues are not looking too good. Now, my hair right now is literally, if you guys watched my other video, how to cut your hair like Brad Pitt in the movie Fury, the undercut with a long fade back here. This is just grown out. My beard is grown out, my hair is grown out, and I was keeping that style up, but now it's just grown out. So pretty much that is what my hair is looking like right now. So what I want to do is I want to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and fade it here. So I'm going to start probably maybe with a 3 or a 2 down here, fade it up into right through this general area right here, probably a 4 or 5 maybe to start with, and if I don't like it, I'll go a number down each section here. Let's take a look at that picture one more time. Alright, now again, notice around the ears it's pretty short, and then up towards the top of that, kind of right there where he parts his hair, right there, it's a little bit longer right up and through this region right there. So what we want, I already have a good foundation like I said, so notice the side angle right there. I got a good foundation, front angle here. I'm just going to come up and we just want it to literally lay right on top. So right now, let's take a little look here. Right now, my hair is past, I can almost bite that, so that's pretty darn long. That's literally from, I mean, we're looking probably 8 inches, so that's a little bit too long, guys. Now, if you want that really, really long look, you know, to each their own, always start with a little bit and then add a little bit more on top if you need to. We're looking good, we just need to start cutting. So grab a hold. If you guys don't have your good clippers, grab a hold of your clippers. I'm going to be using some older clippers, so I noticed in my other video people are like, your clippers are terrible, they sound like terrible. Well, they are pretty much terrible, but they get the job done. So let's go ahead and just chop this up, guys, and let's get right into it. Alright guys, so I have my number 2 right here. We've put that guy on my clippers here. These are Wahl, W-A-H-L. I'll link all of this in the description box below, so don't worry, guys. And so you can read more about these products, even purchase them yourself here so you know what we're doing. I'm going to roll with a number 2 here, and again, I'm just going to start right through this general area right here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to run it right through here. Now, I'm going to be doing another video about how to trim your beard like him as well, because it's kind of really nasty through here. I need to trim this up. So I'm going to kind of cut the top of my ear right here, and eventually I'll probably work it down here with a couple numbers faded up in here. We're going to run right about here, we're going to start with. And we're just going to clip away, and we're going to get it right underneath the ear line here, up and around right here. And again, we're just going to take it about right down here like this, just like in the David Beckham picture. And then we'll fade it on in here. So let's begin here. Let's go ahead. Right now I have it set on long, which means that this little lever here pushes up, pushes down. When I push it down, it actually extends the blades a little bit further up. So I have it right now on a long 2. That would be a short 2. That would be a long 2. So anyway, long 2, let's go ahead and begin. So if you're worried about your long hair getting in the way up top and flopping over and ruining, you can go ahead and get a clip. I don't seem to have mine right around here at the moment, but it's just a little clip that holds your hair in place. You can even use like a little headband or something like that. And what we're going to do, again guys, we're just going to work our way around there. So right now I'm just coming up and I'm clipping, so I'm coming up about halfway. I'm going up and I'm kind of pulling out. I don't want to go all the way up to my part line right here. I'm going to go about halfway or a little under halfway and kind of fade it up there, as we can see right through there. If you're a little worried about going too high, you could always use a comb like this and clip away.
So right now we still have a little bit of some curly cues over here with the beard. I'm gonna go ahead and save that for my next video, but again, just use the desired number. Start with long, and then you just kind of want to work your way up there. So notice how it's short and then blending in with a little bit longer right there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this all the way around, all the way to this side right here, and I'll be back with you guys in just a little bit. And if you're working on this side, just flop your hair over, repin it so you don't get anything in the way. And if you are worried about the back, guys, grab yourself a double mirror. And so now I'm looking at a mirror with a double mirror, and you can easily see your back. Very, very handy, guys. So pick one of these up right here. I'll link that in the description box below as well. Nice and short right through here. Again with the beard, and we're going to bring that again down right about through here. Alright guys, now that we have it nice and short, again long too right through here, what we're going to do now is right through here. His is actually a little bit longer. This is too long right up here. It looks way too bushy and it's not faded. So what we're going to do now is we're going to grab a number 7. Again, number 7. Always start longer and then work your way up if you want a desired shorter length. Now again guys, you can put your own little fling, little style on top of it. I personally really like the way his hair was styled at the Graham Norton Show, and so I'm going to try to do my best to do that. Now other people like his H&M style where it was a little bit kind of flung around front like this. Again, these are the basic foundation. Put your own spin on it, put your own flair. You don't have to look exactly like him, but put your own little style on top of it. So again, 7, we're gonna keep it long, again, long 7, and we're gonna go ahead and just work this right up to our part right here. So again, draw your line, your part right here. As you can see where my scalp is right there, and we want all our hair out of the way, and we're gonna go ahead and do that 7 all the way up to my part line right here without touching the longer hair up through here. So again, just come up, bring your buzzers up, and you're going to release right up there towards the top without touching your hair right there. So you're going to come up, bzz. Anyway, let me show you. So this is cutting a little bit, not too much. So we're going to see how this looks first. So there's just the front portion of it right here. Again, I still have to do it a little bit more, but that's getting there. But you still have to blend this better. So what you want to do is you want to come back with a lower number, maybe get in there with a 5 or 4 and just kind of blend that in. Or if you have a blend attachment, that makes it a lot easier. You just kind of come through this line right here. Or you can hand cut it just so that it blends in a little bit better. Let's look at the photo one more time. Okay, now see how you notice there's definitely a difference, but it's blended in just nicely.
So you want to work on that blend, guys. And you want to get that blended right through here. So I'm going to go around with the number 7, get all this shaggy stuff in the back, again up to my part here. And with the back, we're going to get to the back in a little bit, but just again push all your long hair forward in the back. And what we're going to do is push all your long hair forward in the back like this. And then you're going to bring your clippers, again, if you need to do a little bit more of the 2, right through here. It depends what you want, the kind of look you want right here. And then we're going to blend the 7 all through this area here, again pushing the long hair forward like this so we don't chop any of that off. And then we're going to work on the length in the back, and so we're going to have to cut that so it lays real nicely in the back and covers up kind of almost like an undercut in the back as well. So let's work on that, guys. Let's go ahead and push that hair forward, use that number 7 all the way around. We'll be back with you in a little bit. What this is doing, if your clippers are kind of a little bit old like mine, this is actually pushing the hair through so it's able to cut it with ease. Instead of just going up like this a million times, you kind of bring your hair into it and it trims it up real nice. And not to mention, once it's cut, you just scoop the hair out of your way over your shoulder on the ground. And a little pro tip for you guys there, if that's in focus, I always have, this is my little tablet, I have this in front of me so that I can always refer to it, and so you know exactly what you're doing and the length, etc., etc. Alright guys, so now that we have the number 7 on the upper edges part and then the number 2 long right through here, again, we still need to blend this through a little bit here. It doesn't look too bad, to tell you the honest truth, but let me turn to the side here and you definitely can see a line right there. Now some of you guys are like, that's sick, you know what I'm saying? We look like, you know, Jet Li type action right there, you know what I'm saying? With a little man bun on top. It's up to you. Again, you could like totally style your hair like David Beckham and then switch up to a man bun. It's all about how you like it. You know what I'm saying? Other people, sure, you know, you want other people that will, you know, like your hair as well. But hey, you know, if you can rock it. So let's go ahead and grab a number 5. Let's go ahead and blend that up a little bit. You can do that by hand if you want, but let's do it number 5, see what happens. So again, with the number 5, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go right through this part right here. Just right on that line. So we're not gonna go up with it because we don't wanna cut this top any shorter, but we're gonna blend it like that. You're just gonna go up and out without going too high. Just get it right on the line, cut right on that line, blend it up real nicely, guys. Alright guys, now once you get your fade real nice, and tell you the truth, I faded it a little bit with some of the numbers right through the line area, but I kind of like the look, guys, to tell you the honest truth. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take some scissors, regular scissors, guys, and again, you don't have to buy anything crazy expensive if you're not a professional stylist. And then I'm going to go ahead and work some of these long guys in that the clippers couldn't get right through my ear line here. You fold your ear back, and you trim right behind your ear. Again, making sure you don't cut to the back of your ear. And then guys, you want to take your mirror and just make sure that you don't have any long, nasty hairs down at the bottom. And then you can even take your scissors, looking in the mirror, and cut your straight line in the back. if you don't like the number 2, how the number 2 did. If you have some longer, almost like a McConaughey little curl down there, if your clippers didn't get it all the way, you can cut a straight line across. But normally a straight shaver will take care of any nasty like neck hairs or anything like that, guys, that the number 2 didn't get. Real quickly, something else I want to point out, guys, is that I made a separate video of it, but I'll tell you guys real quickly here. I trimmed my beard just now. Pretty much all I did to blend it up to the number 2 right here is I used a long 4 attachment on the clipper long, and I brought it all the way actually down right to my jaw, right in the back of my jaw. You can actually feel the back of your jaw. I took it from right there, blended a 4 long all the way through my sideburn, and now look at that, guys. That turned out really nicely. So now my beard is nice and thick right through the mustache area, right through down here, but it's nice and trimmed really nicely like David's is. Now some of you guys might be at this point right here, kind of the H&M look, kind of flapped over, kind of real long. Again, it's up to you guys. If you've grown your hair out and you like that and you just wanted to trim up the sides of your beard, boom, you're done. But if you guys want to take it to the next step, again, like the Graham Norton Show, I'm going to be flipping it up just a little bit more. So we need to get in with the hands and the scissors. So let's begin that now. Again, some of you guys might desire that long, just nice and frolically in the back there. But what we want to do is we want to just kind of bird's nest it up right about there. So my back is too long. So what we're going to do, grab your straight comb right here, and you're just kind of go down the middle. You can do this with wet hair. You can do this with dry hair. It all depends on your style. Again, this is your haircut. You don't have to be alfalfa completely, but you want a nice little clean part in the middle here. So let's just get a little alfalfa going here. And then what we want to do here is we want to kind of oversee it. And we're almost going to do a very slight undercut type of a cut right here. So what we're going to do, let's get out our scissors here. And as we can see, this is where it kind of comes in handy if it is a little bit wet because it mats it down a little bit. As we can see here on the side, okay, it's really, really long up here. But then right through here, it's kind of shorter but longer right here. What we want to do is we want to do a very slight kind of curve this way. Longer up front, a little bit shorter, kind of coming down towards your ear right here. Again, start right here and just kind of trim at a downward angle towards here, leaving this long because this is what we want to flip up. Always cut little, cut more later on. So let me show you exactly what I'm talking about here. I'm just going to get my hair just a tiny bit wet here. There we go, that's better. So as I can see here, it's nice and really, really long back here. What I want to do is I'm just going to go ahead and trim it again, shorter at first. I'm just going to trim a little bit at first, and then I'm going to work my way up here. So I'm going to get right behind my ear, and I'm just going to come back like this. Okay, right there like that. Now we didn't trim very much off at all. A couple little shaggy things you might have to get back here and do it again. You could even get your fingers back here like this and kind of give it a little trim, but we just want to come up with those long hairs and get that. And then again, right here by your ears here, you're going to kind of come up at an angle just to get some of these long guys out, just so that again, your hair is going long down here where my hand is right here, and then coming kind of up like this, shorter in the back. Again, put your little flair on it. Start small, cut more if you need to. Alright, we're going to just do a little bit on this side as well. Going to come up here. Trim. This is where your side mirrors might come into play a little bit better. And so we're just going to get up there a little bit, keeping our nice angle. And we're just going to trim a little bit, again, a little bit at a time. Go up, trim this, trim this. See how I'm kind of going at an angle like this? I'm literally cutting up through my eye, through my ear, right through there. Just getting it right like this. Trim it up, and then when you're ready, when you feel like you might have the desired length, I'm going to show you how I style my hair, and I'm going to continue to do this until I get it perfect, guys. And so what I'm going to do, I've been having great experience with this stuff right here, guys. This is K-I-E-H-L, Kales, I believe you pronounce it, little jar. I'll link this in the description box, so don't worry, guys. I'll link everything you see in the description box. I'm going to take just a little bit here. Again, about the size of half a fingernail right there. I'm gonna go ahead and mix it up in my hands like this, and I'm just gonna go straight back. I normally do this right as I get out of the shower. It's a lot easier to do it when it's wet. I just use my wife's blow dryer, and again, my wide tooth comb right here with a little handle on top. I believe this is a Revlon. Any wide tooth comb would work. Go ahead and turn it on. As we turn on the blow dryer, I'm gonna put it on low. I never do hot, I always do cool low, and because my hair dries a lot faster. And as I dry my hair, I'm gonna go ahead and pull my comb back like this and pull it up to the sides as I'm going around like this. So it's actually drying it as I'm slicking it back. So let's give it a go here. Again, low setting. And this is where you're gonna get the nice flip up like he has in the picture. By going off to the side like this. Coming around to this side. Alright, now that you've dried your hair, this is where your fingers kind of come into play, especially with that paste. This stuff is really cool. So your hair is dry. I'm not 100% dry, but of course it doesn't look perfect right now, so you're going to go ahead and play with it with your hands here. And you want to get it up and over. And again, I think my front is a little bit too long, and so I might have to play around with that a little bit, but let's go ahead and flare it up just a little bit. And then guys, this is my secret trick. This is a wild boar brush. It prevents, your hair from pulling out. I really recommend this. I'll link this in the description box as well. I go along the back right here. We get that nice and tight. Now again, this brush brings it up real nice. Now this is good. This is a good trick for you guys that are thinning in the front, where David Beckham has a perfect hairline. He just won the genetics lottery, I'm telling you. Anyway, but we're trying to catch up to him, so I'm a little bit longer in the back. I'm going to trim that up a little bit more, but to spare you guys the longness of the video already, what we're going to do here is we're just going to kind of come up in a little beehive formation so you guys can kind of tell what I'm talking about. Now again, you can train your hair to do this, and I do have some tricks of the trade. Again, the hair straightener, look in that description box below, but you can train your hair like this, guys. Now again, it's not perfect. It will take a little bit of time running through your fingers through it, bringing it up and over, and again, I can make it a little bit shorter. Again, it's what you guys desire in your own haircut. Now, I can play with this over and over again, but the longer it is up top, the weight of it is gonna push the hair back down. Again, just play around with it until you like it. It's your haircut. Enjoy, guys. Take care, and look in that description box below for all those cool links. Take care. Bye-bye.